Ay, ano yan? Dami kang baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now.
Welcome back, everyone, to the action here on Garena Elite Philippines Battle Royale Division. Once again, joining on the desk, my name is Warden. Alongside with me is Pika, and we're going to be closing things out here for this online stage for this Garena Elite Philippines on Battle Royale. Because come again, after this 2 days, we're going to be taking a bit of a break, and then we're going to be heading straight towards the land finals happening under the name of Summer Festival. Pika, it's been a while since we've been brought back here on the desk. How are you feeling, bro?
Yeah, man, it is absolutely fascinating to me that we're already approaching the final days of our online, right? So, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It is a bittersweet day today because we are narrowing down the remaining 20 teams of our Battle Royale competitors down to the last 10. Can you believe that, dude?
I'm pretty excited myself. But before that, though, let's talk about our sponsors here for this bear tournament. Once again, Shopee, the Pabaon program is still alive and active, so we're calling all Filipino Gen Zs, aka ages from 18 to 24, to get the 300 pesos daily power up on Shopee. Just tap claim now on the Shopee Pabaon page. Make sure Shopee Pay is verified so you can add to cart with zero stress. Salamat Shopee.
Oh wow! So Warden, also this is something new to me, man. We didn't have this last time, so thank you very much. Also, let's talk about the Infinix Note 60 Pro, man. You know, it's for those sweaty players, the power players who refuse to settle for anything less. It's Snapdragon powered, Pininfarina design, JBL tuned. Of course, make the choice you want, ladies and gentlemen. Buy smart, use with confidence.
Definitely. And last but not least as well, we draw back to Shopee once again. So I want you all gamers to listen up. Shopee's delivering the action to you. They are our official e-commerce partners, giving you guys an exclusive chance to score big. Use GEP Shopee for 150 pesos off your next checkout with a minimum spend of 200 pesos, of course. Just remember to pay via Shopee to avail the discount. Quick and easy savings. Avail it now before it's gone. It's going to be valid until, well, for the last 2 days of this online stage. Once again, Salamat Shopee.
Man, I'm gonna have to do that right now. You know, I personally bought something a few days ago, but maybe we can take advantage of that the last couple of days. So now, speaking of the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen, as we did mention before, right, that this particular stage right here, it is where everything goes down to the wire. We're gonna have a bunch of action here, just like we know. We still have our the usual suspects here, ladies and gentlemen. So if you actually did keep your eyes on these teams, especially those who made it here to this part of the tournament, they're gonna need all your love and energy.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. And once again as well, we do also want to give a huge shout out to our co-streamers here for this playoffs that we're going to be having here from the 9th and the 10th of May, to Nardsky, to Remy, to Holy Father, to Sin, alongside I'm Zone, you know, for co-streaming this whole event. So I mean, there's just a lot of love and support here all across the community here for Garena. But with that being said, let's draw back to memory lane where it all started. Well, it was from the 14th to the 16th that we had a qualifier stage. The first initial run for the group stage happened on the 18th to the 19th. To be honest with you, that was probably the more grueling schedule there for Garena Elite Philippines. And then, hey, it did take a bit of a long break once again. And now we are currently at the 9th of May. And tomorrow will be the last final day before we close things out, before we head straight towards the grand finals on the 23rd of May.
Imagine that, Warden. Almost an entire month of GEP action, if not even beyond that. Now here we go. This is how we started things off, folks. 394 teams, and during the group stage we did get to witness that final 30. Now in the playoffs, as we did mention over and over again, only 10 will proceed to the summer festival. Now Warden, again, I did mention it's a bit of a heartbreaker. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to trim another half of these participants right here.
Yeah, and that's just, you know, the quote-unquote beauty of competition, I guess. So only the creme de la creme will actually make it to the next stage of competition. But that being said, what are they fighting for? Well, $7,000 for the first place, aka the champions of this tournament. $3,000 here for second. Third to fourth will get $2,000. 56 will get $1,500, and 7 to 10th will get $750. So hey, granted, you make it to the LAN event, regardless if you finish off as the last team in regards to the points, you'll still get a cut of the pie.
Again, this is exactly what we're talking about with Garena, folks. They're not letting you guys go home empty-handed. 10th place, still taking a huge chunk of that moolah, if so to speak. Now here we go. The playoffs have already sorted out the best of the best, as we mentioned. So take a good look at your screen, ladies and gentlemen, especially those who made an impact last time. I don't want to have to divulge them each and every single one anymore, but look at this. ADMT back with another couple of their powerhouses, Warden. We're going to see more of that moving forward, I bet.
Yeah, Adamantium Main has been one of those, you know, promising what there is. But if you take a look at the second page off the sport, I mean, you got to talk about the rigid TSG, man. This guy's wasn't just able to own it in the first few days of the broadcast. They were really dominating across it, though. I mean, you do have your, you know, staples. You got Leap and Bound alongside both of the teams from the side of Four Kings. That is going to be the main alongside Joker. On the contrary as well, both teams from GNR Esports, Legacy and Internal, has been pretty promising as well. I mean, we've seen them quite loud in the local community tournaments, and they haven't been able to show a lot of promise, let alone here in this GEP. But now we'll take a look at the tally here in regards to what will be happening for today's matchup. So this will be our rotation of maps. It's going to be a pretty quick day here, Pika.
I have to say so myself, Warden. It's also really different from what we actually did during the group stage, right? We did have an alternating of maps, but right now we are sandwiching Blackout in the middle with matches 2 and 3. So here we go, Warden. We're kicking things off with Isolated, as we know, ending things off the same way. So, wow. this is gonna be very interesting for me, Warden, because definitely it's gonna showcase some of the adjustments that need to be done here. I mean, sure, it's the same map, right? But having things off start and end with isolated, that has to be something that they have to plan out. The way that I see it.
Most definitely. But wait, with that being said, once again, we just got to wait things out before the initial matchups here start off. Once again, huge shout out to everyone here on the comment section here from YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, alongside the rest of the crew as well. Soon enough, we're going to be heading straight towards our first initial round. Pika, all eyes on Rigid TSG, man. I mean, these guys, they have been so dominating. We've said it before. We'll say it over and over again. And it's just all going to come down to who can really stop them.
And again, I won't say they came out of nowhere, but the expectations were really not on their side the entire time, Warden. So most of these teams are going to have to aim a lot better for TSG right here, for Rigid TSG. Now, it's also safe to say that for Kings, they had such a huge fan base last time, unable to be the more dominant team. And man, they were dangling between 4th and 5th place as soon as we ended our group stage last time. So let's see if there's going to be some major adjustments moving forward. Remember, they were making the most noise in the comment section last time.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And well, there's just always this, they just find means to clutch things up, when it matters the most. And not only that they are not just so silent at the start, they always maintain this sort of dominance here all throughout the game. And I feel like if there's going to be any team that could truly be a testimony in regards to who can, if it's possible for you to be able to run things down quite early on, it's really just Rigid TSG. I mean, that squad there, I'm really dying to see who can really contest this. Maybe it could be Leap, could be probably the 4 Kings, could be probably the squad of GNR. We'll just find out soon enough.
Yeah, we will. Not to mention, we only have 4 maps today, Warden. Make that tomorrow as well, right? So not a lot of opportunities to rectify mistakes here, let alone make an impact. So I would really, really want to see who's going to emerge on top here. Again, Rigid TSG, man. They were on a tear. I believe ending with 6 victories during our group stage, amongst all the other maps and this, the teams that we had there. So it just really goes to show how insane momentum can be. I remember there was one time that they actually took 1 victorious break and they just kept going. They just kept going.
Yeah, I mean, and we thought initially in some way as well that it kind of felt like, okay, maybe Rigid TSG is done.
Yeah.
But nope. They went back and forward we go. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally heading straight towards our first matchup here for the playoffs. Here we go. It is going to be in a map of isolated. Let's take a look at the draft here. Overall, it's going to be slicing from the dormitory here and looking to be heading straight towards the direction right around the vicinity of Circus Pipeline and Estate. So, I mean, this flight path overall is pretty equal. Everything's going to be pretty accessible. So we can definitely expect a lot of these teams to just be able to drop in their comfort zone.
Speaking of comfort zone, I remember we used to have teams as well during the group stage, Warden, who found refuge in New Vision City. So let's see if that's going to be the case. I believe it is actually GNR who stayed a long time back then.
Oh, yeah.
During the group stage in Vision City. Here we go. No initial contact just yet. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, we're already looking at the supposed highest, actually not supposed, the actual highest scorers here on screen, Rigid TSG.
As we go here so far, I mean, we're not going to be seeing any condition here from the farm side along the launch base. So a lot of its occupancy is going to be right around from the outskirts of the main island itself. But now, we take a look at the squad here for Rigid TSG. My days. I mean, you guys are wondering as well, scores are going to go back to the reset. We are currently in a brand new stage of this competition. So, hey, let's see who will be the top 10 teams that will be making it to the next stage of the competitions. We get to see so far a player from the set of A. That's going to be Rolito finding the players. One player here from the set of LXV, and that will be serving our first blood.
Oh, I like that. Initial contact already fruitful here. Here we go. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who actually are very new to BR, revivals are a thing here. So even if you are a confirmed frag, if your teammates are able to go for that revive, then you can work with a complete squad. Speaking of scores, Warden, I remember that we had to tally very, very clearly during the group stage, right? But I cannot say the same for Rigid, man. They stood head and shoulders above everybody with 258 points.
Yeah,
by
definitely.
the
I
end
mean,
of group stage.
yeah, statements is there definitely. But you know, I'm really looking forward to once again in the squad of 4 Kings, Adamantium, probably even GNR. Well, as great as the feat that we were able to see difference out of Rigid TSG, not really going to carry on for the next 2 competitions.
Yeah.
But they gotta find a means to do exactly how they did on the first initial 2 days of this GEP. Maybe till then, they could really serve to be one of the more dominant squads here during the regular season of this tournament. For the time being, though, I mean, kind of crazy how much time has passed already. We've only seen one buddy dropped here instead of this round.
And you would think that people here would make haste, right? Because they only have 4 maps to work with. They only have 4 opportunities to rack up those points. And still, as soon as we drew first blood, it went mellow immediately. Here we go. From the perspective of Ape, already have 1 elimination on board. So yeah, it was Carlito. It makes sense. He actually has most of the creds here. And Jewish, also adding up to the count. So Warden, if we're gonna talk about memories, right? If we're gonna look back at how it really is, Isolated has always been one of those maps that kind of starts off slow comparative to Blackout, because Blackout's a lot smaller.
Yeah, I definitely can agree, but this one is just too slow.
Too slow.
It's darn crazy how no one has been able to meet each other except for the first initial casualty between Abe and LXB. Aside from that, though, everyone's just taking their time here. Bit of contact out here from set of Unbothered. Yeah, this is going to be... Thor here getting tagged up just a little bit. But till then, there's just no clear definition on exactly when can we find the means to get the clash. Maybe until now it's GNR. They are closing to another squad here on Unbothered.
Here we go. Pretty sure they're already hearing the noise.
Uh-oh.
The hunt is on. Here we go. A little bit of contact. Clover not taking any damage just yet, but there we go. Jay puts one on the board here.
Ashley as well.
Ashley does the same thing.
Yep. Kills after kills we go. Jay Kamo now going to be dropping in this one. No window pane. Kills down here. Has a clear topside. Vegetables here. Looks to go for the spray down. Unfortunately, though, can't really get an angle. And so far, GNR here about to own the ground. I mean, they lose 1 player in the process. 1 player gets tagged up as well. But that's going to be them here finding a clean wipe against Unbuttered.
Dog tags have been scanned successfully. Your teammate will
Very,
return to the battle when
very
the next
unfortunate
revive
expense
arrives.
there for Unbothered here. And of course, Clover's going to get revived. That's what we were talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So even after 1 casualty, very easy to recover out of it. Good work here on the side of GNR. So again, Warden, as you mentioned, the reset of the stage could really mean different. You know, it may be rigid TSG for the group stage, but we're looking at probably a whole new beast here for the playoffs.
Most definitely. Now, GNR, though. Same team here. Oof. Probably different oppositions. You do get to see the squad of 4 Kings main. Going to be slicing across the map as well. Now it's going to be IE against another squad of Unbotted. But on the feet as well, Rigid TSG Sakurai has been able to find a loot drop. So you can definitely tell that Rigid TSG, they are trying to take their time as well to get this thing set up before we do get to see some action here from them. So things comes back to a stalemate here for the time being.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Then again, only 1 squad has been fully eliminated here, and we've talked about this game pretty much nearly 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I completely agree now, man. I used to actually be very, very patient with these things, man. So survival really is the name of the game. But you can't, you can't make an omelet without breaking any eggs. Now, here we go. Action underway. ADMT. Basically, Adamant here already has their hands full with the HRA. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The back and forth is severe here for both these teams.
Oh, massive spray down from the side of Riot here. Adamantium so far in control of the situation. But HRA, though, it's going to be standing here fighting 1 here so far. Apollo responds back with a trade as well, but a big spray down here from Apollo to clearing up the players of HRA. Adamantium, they reign supreme off this clash.
Oh, I like that. I like that. They also put 4 on the board here, man. So 2 teams already. They probably heard us one.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Looking good. And that revive is coming in very, very shortly. 67 players still left in the field here.
Your teammate will return to the battle when the next revive flight arrives.
Well, quick cleanup here for them. Matters how you're going to be able to deal with the next initial casualty here, but I mean, just basing it off from how it has been looking on the map itself, we don't really get to see a lot of casualties. It is bound to happen. But best believe it, man. I mean, it is the calm before the storm, but
Airdrop has been delivered.
game like Battle Royale, once the circle closes out, things are going to get more chaotic. Once again, Rigid THG, this might just be their second loot shop here. So, Arsenal-wise, Rigid THG looking quite solid so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, man. They're completely upgraded, just taking their sweet time. They don't want to engage into anything just yet, or at least they're not in pursuit. All right, here we go. Speaking of pursuit, though, 4 Kings and GNR. A while ago, GNR looking real good. I can't say the same here at the moment, man, but they do have 5 frags on the board. Don't look now, guys. So GNR is actually getting the better out of this exchange between them and 4 Kings. Okay, this is really interesting.
Be the case, but 4 Kings are definitely taking their time as well. I mean, they're drawing the distance away here from the side of GNR. But unfortunately here for the side of 4 Kings, they don't really have the cohesion exactly how it is here for the GNR. Clover, I mean, they do find 2 already as well on the feed. Kind of unfortunate here for the side of 4 Kings, but on the feed as well, Adamantium, they do find a means to get some players against KM2. Rage finds Royale away. There is going to be 2 simultaneous clash happening here for the time being. This is exactly what I'm saying, man. I mean, as time passes by, you can definitely expect to see the game gets even hotter. And there's just so much things happening on the feed.
Yeah, it was really only a matter of time. Now it's picking up, and it's picking up fast, folks. Here we go. GNR, once again, adding more blood onto the handkerchief. Here we go. And this is another GNR team, by the way. So we were looking at 1 frag here on this side of the board, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Royale, they have to make a quick escape here, literally being hunted. And Sacred, though, still not letting go of the tag. Beautiful work.
Yeah, massive pick down here so far. GNR has 2 for themselves. Meant now we get to see Sacred here climbing across. I think information related as well. They do back away. They know for a fact there's going to be a whole squad there from the top side. Not exactly what you'd want to be in. After all, you just went through a clash. You need some time to reset. Finally, as well on the feed, you do get to see Rigid TSG. They do find a means to get a clash here against Terodorus. But we still have our eyes here on first side of GNR. So they try to go for the fight. Big spray down here for Sacred. Finds the first initial frag. From the top, might be able to find a double as well. Oh, Sacred. Looking to trail down God.
Okay.
Rewinds back away. Cross for the reset. So far, it's a bit of a back and forth, but for most of it, the bulk of the kills lines up on the players of GNR. As they find God here all alone from the bottom side of Hades connects from Travis. And that's going to be another wipe here from the side of GNR.
Yeah, so much havoc on that platform, Warden. So let's see if anyone's actually going to try to clean that up a little later on. Meanwhile, 5 on the board already on the side of GNR. But take it slow. Look at this. Sacred. Once again, GNR, dude, they are bloodthirsty. Really going for those for those very important frags here. They know that they have to score high. They have to score big here the very first match.
They absolutely do.
Airdrop incoming.
Now, 3 squads now out away from the chase. How much more can we see now here so far? Crowd going quite loud here for the squad of Adamantium alongside 4 Kings. We need to see more here from them, though. Call for the reset room once again. Just take a look at the map, man. A lot of dog tags, a lot of opportunities for them to get the pickoff, but well, we do get to see some spotlight here for the set of Elvatus. Esports Magna. But they don't really have a lot of things to work with. They got 2 players there knocked on the ground. Fortunately, they do have enough time as well to call for the revive flight, but there's going to be any casualties that I want to see that will be on the feed. Rigid TSG looking they might have a tussle up against the players of GNR.
Yes, we're going to wait for that. But you know, look at the circle, Warden. Looks like we're going to have our final few clashes within farm and or launch base. So let's see how that's going to go. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, basically the safe zone, or rather the play zone, is starting to be extremely painful if you stay outside of it. So, oof. Just like that, we already moved pretty quickly. Elevatus still has 2 frags on the board. Has to pick up Dastin here.
Airdrop has been delivered.
For reset, Adamantium goes against Adamantium as well there from the feed. You hate to see it. The first initial clash that we got to see from both organizations, from the same organization, was GNR. And, well, guess what? GNR was able to win that, but AM2, on the flip side, a lot of things have spanned out already, but not really seeing them find the means to get those elimination points, not just
Airdrop
yet.
has been delivered.
It's a bit of a stalemate here for the time being. 57 out of 77 in regards to the player count. Then again, we can definitely expect the numbers to increase as there's just a lot of dog tags around the vicinity.
I mean, look at that right there. Almost every angle that you look at, there's going to be a dog tag. So it only goes to show, folks, that this level of competition, right? They do have plans moving forward, regardless of how many are left. Here we go. Rigid. Finally getting a little bit more violent here, ladies and gentlemen, in the best way possible. Unbothered here. From their perspective, pretty sure they're gonna, or rather, there's information right there over the top of the tower. So Clyde, he has to keep his head down. Yeah.
Doesn't really have to worry about it too much. Much moreover, to be the squad of GNR here climbing around the outskirts of the eastern side of this map. This launch base here looking to be a pretty heavy battlefield soon enough. Take a look at the Ape though, alongside the IE. Carlito's gonna be there. Big old spray down here off the haters as well here from the side of Rinka, and that's gonna be a pretty easy clean up here from the players of IE. Works from the side of Carlito, turns into a dog tag. Take a look at the map here, man. It is looking to compress so quickly. There's a lot of colors involving in it. You can definitely expect those simultaneous pushes to be happening here soon enough.
It's like a gigantic fruit bowl with all these teams just collating into one place. And like I said, it's close to the launch base that we're going to be seeing some of our final clashes. And you know what? I blinked and I missed just how much frags IE has already collected on the board here. So imagine a while ago, we were like 56, man. We were like at 56, 57 players. Now we're down to like 48 to 50. It's just, it's going to start to be a bit more violent moving forward. And I hate saying that, but it is true. Speaking of which, here we go. We have more casualties here on the side of Ape, buddy.
So much so far. Now we get to see some rotation here from that Rigid TSG. Where have they been? My days. 11 eliminations to their name. They're looking to get some more as well as they come across the distance. Up across, they're going to be the players of GNR. They got a board, they got a vehicle. They're getting the top side control as well. Here comes from the eastern side of the map. And it's going to be Lay here spotting one player there from the side of GNR. Jay looking to play for his life. You can definitely try to sustain, but you are going to be inside of that zone. It's going to be a tough call here, but definitely you get to see the players of Rigid. Yes, she's here on the prowl to try to get the elimination, but Stellar does get tagged up now by Jay himself. Looks to draw the distance away. Splash drops the smoke as well to make sure Stellar can sustain, but for the time being, they got to worry about the rest of the players here from the side of GNR. Ashley alongside the rest of the crew looking to get the cut here from the backside, and this might just be a clash that they might just regret, but no, Sacre finds Jay away. So far, a 2-for-1 trade. We drop things back as well here from the side of Leap and Bound.
Okay.
So far, you don't really get to see a lot of things playing through, but Rigid TSG here looking to still find a means to get them gliding out of the darkness as they find 13th for their name. They do bring back Slash as well. Stellar, as we thought that he was out of this round, still finds himself here quite alive and kicking.
But man, Rigid with the lucky 13 so far, folks. Again, why there's so much action still ensuing, as you did say a while ago, we are bound to see this chaotic encounters from most of our teams. Here we go. Leap, Adamantum, KM2, M12, all on the board. 4K, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The fruit bowl is indeed getting stirred. 12 more teams to work with and only 33 players left on board. Do the math, folks. It means that a lot of our teams are no longer complete here, or at least are really struggling to stay that way. Leap only has 4. So aside from Rigid a while ago, Warden, they really have that Midas touch, you know. Everything just turns to gold for these players of Rigid, man. Unbelievable.
Massive play down here so far. Cost for a rewind once again. Rigid TSG now here about to go for a full-on clash up against the players of GNR. Stellar tries to back away, able to do so.
The safe zone is collapsing.
And it's definitely a fight that they're not willing to take ass out at this moment. Not pretty necessary. Do they know one player from the side of GNR? Ashley's going to be there from the backside, just proning down in. Playing for his life out. Leap and Bound as well will be coming from the backside alongside KM2. There's going to be a lot of things that the players of Rigid TSG has to worry about, but Leia looking to try to get the contact. Here off this XBR, pulls the trigger here, finds MJ, and will serve another elimination. Lay, what are you on?
And look at that. He's still teeing off, man. The steady hands, though. The XP are known to kick like a mule, but still able to bag some. Here we go. MJ, again, as Warden mentioned, very unfortunate casualty here. This late into the map. Now they have to put up with 3 members with 7 frags on the board. Leap is still looking good, but they do have to understand that they are at a deficit here.
Big shot here for instead of Hasbu. Looking to get the shot down here up against 4 Kings squad as Immortal Esports will get truly eliminated now here out away from this round. The problem here for instead of Leap though is that they don't really have a lot of terrain to work with.
Yes.
You got to worry about a 1-player difference instead of KM2, 2 players difference instead of Ape, and right across this wall will be the players of 4 Kings, but Friday will get spotted out now. Void has a perfect angle to try to find the shutdown as he goes for the spray.
That good?
Finds his tiptoes and will be able to knock him down. 1 last player difference out of 4 Kings remains.
Oh, that is not good for 4K, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to put up more energy beams for these players. Here we go. 8 on the board. Hasbu actually barely rotated in that situation, Warden, just really staying put. They have information as to where Nie is. Okay, there we go. The hit markers. But Nie able to avoid imminent death here. The play zone is shrinking, though, Warden, so everyone's going to be forced to move.
Most definitely. A bit of standoff here as of this moment. Nie from the set of KM2 looking to sustain, but unfortunately 2 bullets connect on the feed. Musha finds 1 player from the set of GNR, making another Travis will get knocked down to the ground. 18 eliminations from the side of Rigid TSG, and they're looking for some more. Lay, eyes on the trigger. Through the scopes. They find Leap right across the map. Void will get tagged up, puts him to flesh. As 2 players from the side of Rigid TSG, they try to close out the distance, and they absolutely serve. Tecker from the front side, Stellar from the top, off to Hades. And now it's only going to be just this very moment where Tecker is able to wrap around up the Jack.
No
able
way.
to find a double now. And it's just, might just be Nie all alone for the side of KM2 up against a full squad of Rigid TSG. He ratcheted out. But Lay Slash, they close out the distance. They offer a pinch. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Rigid TSG wins off another round. And they serve the first one here for the playoffs.
Talk about, Warden, talk about nothing new, right? Nothing new. Rigid TSG kicking things off in the group stage and in the playoffs without a dent on their record, my guy.
Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Rigid TSG dominant as ever. My days. We talked about like, hey, you guys were able to do it on the group stage. Why can you guys do it as well on the stage of the playoffs? And the answer is absolutely yes, sir.
Warden, if memory serves, they are close to about 25 eliminations already to kick things off. If not exactly 25, but my goodness, boy, were we proven wrong. We called we called the offer, right? Or maybe we called out the challenge, and okay, there it is. TSG answering. Sorry guys, but even if we try to look at the highlights here, there's really just so much to work with here on the side of TSG. They're really putting in the work. But you know what? I'm not going to discount the rest of the team, man. Leap also put in a ton of frags on the board, or at least very notable moments. KM2 here, unfortunately, despite making it so far, was left with nada. They had 0 eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, just take a look at that. My days. Just
23.
massive feature. Yeah, crazy. You got 8 there from the set of Lay, 6 from the set of Stellar, 4 for the set of Sekray, and 5 for the set of Slash. Well, KM2, they got 2nd place, but no eliminations whatsoever.
Right?
Yeah, that's... Hey, all about the placement points, man. All about the placement points.
It do be.
On the contrary, GNR as well. I mean, you got Sacred there dropping 7, 2 for 2 here for the set of Red and Luki, and 1 from the set of Travis, and the rest will come through. Unfortunate though, you know, bad favorites 4 Kings once again. They falter off this first initial round here off the playoffs. Same goes for some squad here from the set of Unbuttered. It's definitely a pretty heavy fight nowadays. I mean, especially since we have been able to filter out the competition. It's only the creme de la creme, the best out of the best. I mean, we start things off with like 40 plus teams, and we had just overall a lot of numbers. And soon enough, we're going to be cutting it down as well to 10. Do note for everyone watching here, there's only going to be two more days here for the online stage before we move over towards LAN. And from 20 teams, we're only going to be getting 10 teams here, Pika.
And this is exactly also, Warden, what we were saying in the beginning, man. We did not expect this at all. We did not expect Rigid to do the same exact feat as they did during the group stage, man. So is this a premonition? Is this already a sign of things to come? Remember, everyone is playing every single map here, folks. So this is just an open book for Rigid TSG to do more damage that they already did. Oof.
All I gotta say is, man, if they're gonna be able to retain this one all throughout, I think we're looking at the champions of this tournament, especially if no one's able to step it up. But with that being said, once again, this is Garena Elite Philippines 2026, first day of the playoffs. Well, we'll be right back.
Ay, ano yan? Dami kong baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now. baon?
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now. Ay, ano yan? Dami kong baon.
Talaga.
We kick things off with a bang again here, ladies and gentlemen, for Garena Elite Philippines. This is the playoffs for Battle Royale. My name is Pika, joined by Warden. And as we said before the break, the picture has not changed from back in the group stage. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, Rigid TSG has just been Rigid TSG, man. I mean, dominance as ever. And there's just no questions asked. I mean, we did have questions before the initial matchup itself, you know, hey, you know, they were able to do it on the group stage. Can they do it on the playoffs? And the answer is absolutely yes, sir. So, hey, with that being said, Rigid TSG, all eyes on you. We still need to see more as well from the rest of the crew, as well. There's just no one that really came into contention with Rigid TSG, bro. 35 freaking points off from the first round. And then you got GNR Legacy there on 19, 14 from the set Elite, i.e. Mortal Esports on 10, 9 for 9 from the set of Unbuttered and KM2, 8 for set of Adamantium, 7 for 7 from the set of GNRE, 4K Jokers alongside Ape as well. I mean, dude, the spotlight is truly there for the side of Rigid TSG. A bit of the light as well there for the side of GNR, but Rigid TSG, bro, on a different level.
Yeah, and that's putting it lightly here, folks. 35 to 19. You see that gap? That is ginormous. And I mean, for the way that they started things off here, it just really spells a lot, right? Not to mention, KM2 being the second placer, they had to rely on placement points here, Warden, just so they'd get on the board. And that landed them at number 6. Imagine the hard work that Unbothered had to do, right? For one placement point, they had to rack up 8 eliminations. And they were still tied to KM2. So it just really goes to show the level of competition here, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to have to keep your eyes peeled for the next 3 maps moving forward.
Well, with that being said, once again, before we head straight towards our next round, let's call in our Filipino Genjis to get the daily 300 pesos Pabao here from Shopee. Just all you guys have to do is just tap claim now on the Shopee Pabao page. Make sure your Shopee Pay is verified so you guys can add to cart with zero stress. Salamat Shopee.
Of course, for those of you who are looking at new hardware to work with, right? We do have the Infinix Note 60 Pro. So it's for those sweaty players, you know, the power players who just refuse to settle for anything less than the best. It is Snapdragon powered, Pininfarina designed, JBL tuned. So if you're going to make that choice, you know, buy smart, use it with confidence. Infinix Note 60 Pro.
Well, you do note. And, well, we draw back to Shopee once again because we have a promo code, guys. So Shopee's delivering the action to you guys directly for 150 pesos off with a minimum spend of 200 pesos with this code of GEP Shopee. This voucher is exclusive for our stream viewers here, only valid from today and tomorrow. That is going to be the 9th and the 10th of May. So make sure to use Shopee Pay at your checkout. Claim your savings. Once again, Salamat Shopee.
Thank you very much. Now, if there's another thing we have to be thankful for, ladies and gentlemen, is for those of you watching. Thank you for letting the comments go aflame here for all the love and support that you've been showing us. So, Warden, I'm pretty sure even the restreamers, right? Even the restreamers are also at the edge of their seats right now with what just happened. So the numbers are looking pretty crispy here for Rigid. Let's see how the rest of the teams are going to kick back. I know, guys, the 4 Kings, they need to muster up a bit more confidence here, but it is what it is. They have 3 more chances. And who's to say that Rigid might be snagged away from that top spot?
Definitely, man. I mean, you know, calling back to our restreamers once again, huge shout out to Holy Father, to Remy, to Sin, to I'mZone, and Nardsky for being our co-streamers here for this Battle Royale playoffs. But now we shift things down here towards Blackout. It's going to be another pretty forgiving flight path. It's going to be directly in the middle here. So we start things off from the southern side of the map, penetrate northbound directly. So everything's going to be pretty much available, especially with how, you know, Blackout is constructed. So, well, in regards to comfort zones, not going to be a problem for anyone.
For anybody, man. And this is a very tight angle, you know, headed north. I remember that there were actual flight paths from the last stage that we had that were just really straight. But in this case, might be slightly different. Here we go. Nuketown already has inhabitants here. That's not something you see every day. Here we go. Still no actions ensuing. Last stop will be at Estates. How many teams are going to head there? Well, actually nobody, but they did make their way. Here we go. Contact, Warden. First blood already.
Yeah, totally different feat that we are seeing here completely and how it went down and isolated this time around. I mean, hey, we did talk about it as well, that, you know, in regards to Blackout being the nature of its kind. There's going to be a lot of casualties here right off the get-go, and you can see the players of Terradores here doing a bit of a tussle up against the players of HRA. Sprays on by, Long finds one. King is going to be out here for the set of HRA. On the feet as well, Elvatus goes up against the players of LXV. Things are happening so quickly here, Pika.
Yes, it is a really bloody game of tag here so far, ladies and gentlemen. So let's give that a quick glimpse. 3 already on the board here on the side of Theodoris. 1 expense, but of course that's going to be a revive, a very successful one at that too. Wow. Again, as Warden mentioned earlier, a complete 180 of how isolated actually began. So, man, it's only a matter of time before we see more of this action. Speaking of, here we go. Rage already losing Ken.
Kills after kills we go here. Amigo has his DLQ now. Looks to scope down there against Aura of Rage. Well, not going to be the easiest connection there is. Looking to get the shot to connect. 3 flies in. Unfortunately, no connection whatsoever. But hey, fortunate enough for the set of 8, despite the fact that they did lose like 2 players there on the ground. They do find 3 for themselves. So that's going to be a bit of a reset. The revive flight is still going to be pretty active here for the time being.
Oh, it will be. It will be. Still a complete squad here, rather complete teams. 20 for 20. So far, so good. And you know what? I wanna talk about this last time, right? We didn't see a lot of action, or not a lot of victories from Ape, if there's if there's anything worth mentioning. But I feel that right now, something about these underdog teams, if so to speak, scores wise, not skill wise, something about these teams just really gives me a weird feeling. If I'm gonna look back at our group stage, while we have a little bit of a mellowness here, I remember that Ape was at the very corner of top 20, right? At the very corner of top 20.
Well, they aped out. That's how they run this one through. But if you look at the circle as well, a massive fraction of it, more than a quarter, is going to be involving water. So, well, you can definitely expect, especially in this map of Blackout, that there's going to be a lot of possible casualties happening, probably eastbound here as the rotation comes along. There's going to be 2 squads as well here looking to climb across from the southern side of the map. 3-4 squads are on the north side. Well, prominently, there's going to be a pretty heavy stack as well on this eastern side, but if there's going to be any team here looking to solidify themselves, it's probably that squad there on Newtown. But time being here, though, we got things back here for the side of KM2. Once again, Alex, the rat you are, looks to get an angle against the player from the side of Leap and Bound, but fortunately, really can't find a full angle, and will get trapped away here from the side of MJ. Aspu finds himself away in KM2. They drop a number as off this moment.
Yeah, that was really bad for Alex, man. That was a lost cause, being trapped in the compound like that with an entire squad just really waiting to pick you off.
Airdrop
Here we go.
incoming.
Unbothered also gets one on the board. Now, Alex,
Airdrop has been delivered.
this is more likely than not going to be a very successful revive, but that is, of course, if things go their way moving forward. Meanwhile, from the perspective of Unbothered here, still steady, not looking to get their hands dirty this early on. Again, Warden, it is only a matter of time. Blackout is not isolated. There is going to be an encounter here sooner or later.
Kind of ironic, though, that Blackout is more isolated than isolated itself.
I like that.
But now, we might just be able to see a continuation of a prolonged fight here between KM2 and Leap and Bound, as they're going to be circling around this range. MJ is just taking his time here, probably putting more reps in his driving skills. On the farm side he goes, on the journey. Well, a bit of a stalemate now here, not gonna lie. So, things does put to a calm after a while here, Pika.
And not to mention, we did talk about the possibility of having more water clashes. So that's exciting, if so to speak. Let's see if there's gonna be any encounters here with literally their heads above water. So 4 Kings now. Also getting a little bit of damage in there. Let's see if this time around, once again, 4 Kings, are they going to get that proper motivation? Oh, but they do have some encounters here with GNR, and already a couple players brought to their knees here, Ward. Not looking good.
Yeah, GNR is able to put down Boji alongside Yato pretty quickly. And they're looking for some more. GNR on a hunt.
Airdrop incoming.
Constant rivalry here, by the way. Last time we got to see the squad of GNR and the 4 Kings themselves happen on the tournament, and the 4 Kings was able to prevail just a little bit, but I'm here now. GNR, they are sitting pretty. They have found their impact now. I mean, they have Travis on the revive flight. Don't really want to go for a fight now, as you don't really have the full cohesion. Now back here towards Adamantium. They do find their first as well. So far, a bit of a stalemate. We draw back to it here, Pika.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at 8 a little later on, right? So, because again, they've been targeted here quite a bit. They put some names on the board, so huge chance we're gonna see more action from them. Here we go, GNR. Again, those 3 at the expense of 4 Kings.
Rest in peace, Thumpips.
Very unfortunate. Here we go. So, 59 more. Wow, Warden. Okay, this is taking longer than we thought, honestly.
Yeah. Then again, I think like the next shift of the circle
could be different.
We're definitely going to be expecting the lobby to get cut down in half. When a game gets prolonged like this, especially in a map of Blackout,
yeah,
especially on the 3rd, 4th face out of the circle, you can definitely expect a lot of gunfights to happen. On the feed though, 4 Kings Friday finds one against Immortal Esports. But till then, they need more than just that to find themselves here back on the board.
Yeah, there is that, man. M12 also hasn't done anything significant so far, man. Not a single point. So M12, bit of pressure on your side. Oh, okay. I don't know what that was, but that really caught me off guard. A little scary. Here we go.
Airdrop
So
incoming.
Instinct not getting his upgrade. That's pretty peculiar, so to speak. And you're gonna want to you're gonna want to get that, you know, as a rewind yourself. Here we go. Oh, action happening outside of the play zone here, Warden. Leap getting the better of it.
And so far, they're not going to seem to have any problems whatsoever. You can see the squad of 4 Kings now here. I think they're rightfully eliminated from this game itself. Leap should have had a clasher up against Torredoras, but they don't want anything out of this for the time being.
Yeah.
3 vehicles here available for the side. I'll Leap and Bound, and they can just definitely call for a rotation here. They're not really going to force things out.
Airdrop has been
Hopefully
delivered.
not, man. They're looking good. They're looking real steady here. With that 5 eliminations, 15 teams remaining, Leap is quite steady, so to speak. But again, this is the same thing that happened to us earlier when it came to Rigid, man. They were very quiet for the first few circles, and then all of a sudden, we look at the board, they're already up to their 2-digiters.
Looking like Torredoras, they're actually posting up here to try to play the COD off there up against Leap, but Leap's going to take the long way around instead. Take a look at the circle here once again, still involving a lot of massive fraction of water. Almost half of the map, basically. On the field, though, 4 Kings, Instinct finds 1 player difference out of KM2. KM2 hasn't been that squad that you can definitely rely on in regards to eliminations. Sustainability, not a question.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Now we go back here towards GNR and Rigid TSG. Probably get another rematch here on the Cellular Dish.
Again, GNR, man. We're looking at high expectations from this team right here. They really turned up earlier, especially that they have 2 squads to work with. So one has to actually put a name on the board here. Oh, a couple of eliminations right here at the expense, or basically in the hands of Egwarudo. KM2, not looking good here. Good streak for Egwarudo, I would say so.
You're darn good. GNR, they love their elevation. They could definitely swan dive against the players of Rigid TSG, but obviously it's a matter of question. Do you actually want to take the fight or not? Oh, it's going to be closing in here soon enough. Now Leap here finds a double up against Torredoras. I mean, Torredoras, they had the better angle out of it, but Leap was still able to reign supreme, and now you get to see them on 9 eliminations to their name off this round. So far, a bit of a
Airdrop incoming.
really great one here from the set of Leap. Let's see if they're going to have the sustainability, though, to bring this one until the end.
Oh yeah, I am hopeful for the way that Leap is. Okay, here we go again with the supposed mislead of Rigid TSG here. Like, they have 0 eliminations so far, guys, but maybe this is just them warming up the bathwater. So maybe just a little bit, you know, a little bit more of a tenderizing for the teams. I mean, look at this. Look at Stellar. He's literally just within the vicinity, not really engaging anything. Here we go. Unbothered and Adamant here. Some bit of a back and forth. There have been 3 casualties here on the side of KM2. Okay, able to dodge. Okay, but the FHJ though, is it gonna land its mark? Yeah, had
more
to
flares.
evacuate. Yeah.
It's overwhelmed. Well, fortunately, Dominic's still going to be able to stay alive here for the time being. Draw things back here towards Adamantium, and they do have a fight here up against Unbothered. Main team, we go. Pushing through. Bonnie here from the front side has potatoes to work with, has to deal with 2 players, and the man switch is successful despite the fact that he does call for the rewind. He's gonna get taken down. 1 player from the side of Adamantium will be hailing from the sky, but unfortunately he will get taken down as well. KJ looking to close out the distance as well with the Hades himself. He does find the first initial here for the side of Adamantium, and will be able to serve a double as well. Can he find the triple? And the answer is yes! KJ from Adamantium looking to get another. Can he find a full wipe?
No way.
1v4. Can he claim it? And the answer might just be yes.
How did he even survive that, Warden?
Scan successfully.
Now with a little bit of health recuperation here, KG. Look at that, man. He survived that entire encounter and able to redeploy his teammate.
Oh my days. KG. Definitely the play out of the game.
Yo. Okay, I'm lost for words here, Warden. That was amazing.
Hades supremacy, man. Hades supremacy.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Oof.
Yeah, that's right. Take that
Battle lives
vacuum
on,
cleaner
though.
out of there, man. Beautiful work. Now, Rigid, again, Warden. Sorry to cut you off, but right here, the moment that we looked away, right? Rigid already has 2 on the board, so it only is probably a matter of time before Rigid does it again. However, 14-15 now on the side of GNR. Warden, we may be looking at an early interruption of a streak here.
Could be the case. The yacht side, though, GNR got that one in under control as well. I mean, when you do mention that a big fraction of the map includes the water itself,
Yep, here we go.
obviously you want to get that hijack boat for your squad. One player here gone rogue from a set of 4 kings that is going to be Friday. As Tickridge closing up the distance, he might just be able to see where Friday has happened. No. It was slip by. Oh my god. Friday. Definitely sweating bullets.
Ooh, too close for comfort right there, man. Here you go, GNR. Back in pursuit. Here we go, Rigid. Slowly but surely adding up to their numbers. Here we go. They might wanna pick up the pace here. Granted, how GNR is already taking a massive lead when it comes to those eliminations. Let's see. Maybe this is Rigid's call. This is it. This is their day at the office, so to speak. But KM2, though, I cannot say the same, man. They've been falling like flies throughout this entire map so far.
It's been absolutely insane here. First out of Rigid TSG, but they have been pretty silent from the last few transitions here off this very round. But you know the squad of Rigid TSG, any moment they can just shine. GNR here on the flip side, looks to trail down 1 player from the side of Royale. Travis going to be here on the hunt, winning Hades. Able to get 1 for himself, but does he know that there's going to be 1 player from the side of Adamantium there on the water?
I don't think there's any information here. Look at this. Travis, though, able to exit the beach. Lay, trying to get some action here from the high ground. And Rigid just taking their sweet time here. Once again, seizing the elevation. GNR at the distance here. I don't know how long they're going to be able to stand there or like stay within the compound without being seen moving forward. Here we go. Leap also has their hands full. And now the play zone is going to start to hurt real bad here, folks.
Most definitely. GNR Camo here up against another squad of GNR. Travis able to find a double up against their own brother squad. Adamantium Cabot will get taken down as well here instead of the zone itself. Quite unfortunate. We're definitely approaching the end game now here, Pika.
I'm super excited, man. Top 8. Last 8 teams here with 24 players remaining. Leap is still on it, by the way, folks. In case you've looked away from where Leap was.
Oh my god.
Oh, carnage.
Tempest is out. Rigid TSG looking to hang on here by a thread. Well, GNR, they find Alvatus Magnus just in the way. Just after kills now. So far. If I'm mistaken, that might have been just Rigid TSG eliminated. But we'll see about it here just a little bit. GNR, 25 kills to their name. My freaking days.
Oh, this is not even close. Or rather, this is already beyond what Rigid TSG did earlier, Warden. And that's already to close up the entire match. It means that GNR right here can still make more numbers happen. Minimum the possibility of 40 or basically 35 if they're able to flush out everybody. Should that be the case here? We're going to do the math correctly. Here we go. KG, as much as he was wonderful earlier, already falls as a casualty. So let's see what else is going to unfold here. Leap is also not far behind Warden with 12 eliminations.
Still a massive fraction, though. Nonetheless, there is still going to be later from set of Rigid TSG. Leap Unbound. Because Unbotted Alpha here from the front side. This is not really a battle between Rigid no more. It's just Lay here trying to sustain his life away. Tempest is going to be out here for the side of Red. Looks to get the connection up against later off Rigid TSG, but on the feet, Adamantium. Ikabu will get taken down here. Calls for a rewind. MJ, he goes. 2 players, 4 players here from the bottom side. Unbotted Alpha. Can they find a sustainment here up against the players of Leap Unbound? Tempest is out, draws back away. Can't really get the connection here. But you got to move in quick as the players of GNR as well will be working from the backside as they hear all this clash that's happening. So far, it's a back and forth here between Leap and Unbound. And as we get to see so far here, Unbotted, they are looking to Hail Supreme out of this. But Gray here from the backside off the hit finds a double for himself. Gonna get the triple, and the answer is no. The trade's gonna be there from the side of Esna.
Oh, snap.
Instead of Unbutted. Rigid late here, looking to get the cleanup as well, but unfortunately can't really get to the angle. And now we go. Unbotted Alpha. Last player alive here for them. The rest of the crew for the set of GNR. They strike at the lowest point of Unbotted. We get to see GNR in utter control. 30 elimination points to their name.
Like I said, man, this is the potential 35 frags here on the side of GNR. If they're able to close this out, and how was Lay still alive after all that, man? Unfortunately, though, the journey has come to an end, at least for Rigid. So here we go.
Best game. I mean, you can try to sustain all
Yeah.
in one, but Friday
work.
himself, I mean, all you got to do is just play for the time, and just like that now, it is just going to be GNR here in utter control, total control, no questions asked. Give it up now for them. There's absolutely no chance that the squad of GNR will falter on this round. They're just looking for the last and final player to slay out, to claim this first round of Blackout in this broadcast with ease.
Oh, that's it. That is it. So Gabu right there, just waiting for this entire predicament to end. Very unfortunate here, ladies and gentlemen. So look at this. GNR, as we mentioned here, Warden, waiting for his demise. This is Gabu right here making that last testament. All right, writing the letters to the loved ones, if so to speak. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with all the effort. 7 eliminations on the side of Adamant, and GNR setting a record right here for our playoffs.
Not mistaken, that is probably one of the highest, if not the highest killing game that we have been able to see from a squad themselves. GNR decided to pop off, man. Absolutely immaculate performance. Congratulations to GNR.
Man, that amounts to 40 points, 42 points in total, if my math is doing right. And that right there off of a single game. As you mentioned, Warden, it is immaculate, record-breaking. Now, I know we're going to see a lot of highlights here, including the one with KG. But the fact that we're seeing beyond 30 here for a single team, Warden, is just crazy.
Yeah, you got to hold on to the note of the fact that Rigid TSG, they got 35 points off the first round.
Right.
And a massive fraction of that obviously went to the placement points that they were able to get. Added up now here for the set of GNR for them to be able to get 30 plus points plus the placements. We're definitely seeing a record here, Pika.
Oof. And again, look at this. This is such a painful sight on the side of Adamant right here. Having to wait for your team to just wither out. You know, that was basically a Thanos snap waiting to happen right there, Warden. So here we go. GNR, you do the math here, ladies and gentlemen. You can
points.
see it on the board, right? So yeah, pardon me, 41 points in total, including placement. Right? So I don't know, Warden. That's just absurd. It is crazy.
Whew. Absolutely crazy performance here. I'm lost for words. It is just insane run here from the side of GNR. 31 points for them, plus 12 as well, plus 10 on the placements. Definitely a record.
It is, man. And you look at that. The team next to them, Adamant, with all their efforts, as I mentioned, they just amounted to 7 points, right? Plus the placement points, Warden. It's just too much of a gap between these teams. Now, 4K, you know, I got to give them credit. Regardless of whether or not they racked up eliminations, managing to make a podium finish here is still something. So, more energy beams, guys. It's actually working slowly but surely. We're already halfway through, Warden, our first day. So you know what that means? The teams really have to make haste when it comes to racking up those points. I believe we still have a team who's 0.
Most definitely, man. I mean, kills after kills has went by here, and so far, well, we did ask for a team that could really try to come into contention up against Rigid TSG, and we were able to get that, and that was GNR. But with that being said, I mean, that closes things out for our second matchup here for today. We still got 2 more here. We're pretty much halfway done here, Pika. It's kind of crazy how things went by pretty quickly. But with that being said, Garena Elite Philippines Battle Royale Division of the playoffs. We'll be right back after this break.
yan? Dami kong baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now. Ay, ano yan? Dami kong baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now.
Well, we go back to the action as quickly just like that because we don't want to keep you all waiting. Once again, welcome back to the action here on Garena Elite Philippines 2026. It's the first day, and it will be the second to the last day as well because we only have 2 days of the run here for Battle Royale before we move over towards the LAN event itself. But before that, though, we're calling in every Gen Zs once again to secure your daily pabaon. So calling all Filipino Gen Zs here to get your 300 pesos daily on Power Up here for Shopee. It's a really nice power up here by Shopee. So all you guys have to do is just tap claim now on the Shopee pabaon page. Make sure your Shopee Pay is verified so you guys can add to cart with zero stress. Well, don't sleep out on this. Salamat Shopee.
Of course, for those of you who are those hardware mongers, if so to speak, right? We also have the Infinix Note 60 Pro for those sweaty power players who refuse to settle for anything less than the best, right? So it's Snapdragon powered, Pininfarina design, JBL tuned. So if you are making that choice, you want to buy smart, use it with confidence. We also have, again, the Infinix Note 60 Pro.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And once again, though, for you all gamers as well, listen up because Shopee is delivering the action to you directly. They are our official e-commerce partner. They're giving you guys an exclusive chance to score big with the code GEPShopee for 150 pesos off your next checkout with a minimum spend of 200 pesos. Imagine that, use this code 150 pesos. If you have a minimum spend of 200, you're only going to be paying 50 pesos. So just remember to pay via Shopee Pay to avail this discount and quick and easy savings. And do note as well that this will only be available from the 9th and the 10th of May, so from today and tomorrow. So don't sleep out on this. Once again, Salamat Shopee.
I'm going to be a suspect for that. Honestly, I might cash that in as much as I can. But again, kidding aside here, ladies and gentlemen, the action is halfway done. And as we showed you earlier, we are moving right back to Blackout here, Warden. I cannot believe that that's going to happen in just this quick of a time frame, right? So we saw also, spoiler alert, in case you guys missed it, GNR, right? Look at that, Warden. Exactly what we talked about. With a total points of 62 right here, they immediately stomped over Rigid.
43 elimination points. Are you kidding me? This is something that we kind of never really felt like it was bound to happen, but it was lingering there somewhere. But all of a sudden, GNR Legacy just made it all happen there on the personal run for Blackout. Well, to give some slack there for Rigid as well. I mean, the first ever map that they did drop that they weren't really able to win was Blackout itself, but they were able to respond back with the second. I mean, regardless, man, it's kind of crazy that we're talking about the narrative between GNR Legacy and Rigid TSG just fighting for the number 1, number 2 spot. It doesn't really matter, but dominance is a clear statement, and we like to see it now. On the trail from both of those teams is going to be Leap and Bound alongside Adamantium and the Four Kings Joker themselves. But you just take a look at the cap row. It's absolutely insane.
Man, the third to fourth place is just, again, 10 points, right? It's easier said than done. I don't know if they can make those 10 points back, man. But in this level of competition, no, the other teams are not going to make it easy. We already saw that earlier when Adamantium had to just literally keep their head down, wait for that play zone to take them out, just not to add one more point on the board for GNR. Speaking of points, we unfortunately still have teams here, or a team rather, who has not scored a single point just yet. And as much as it pains us to say, you gotta do something, man. Like these players have to do something.
Well, what matters is just really trying to get the bare minimum as well to try to make it to the next stage of the competition, aka secure that number 10 spot. And it's so grueling and it's so unfortunate. I feel like every team here really deserves to be on that LAN setting, but hey, the rule states it only the creme de la creme, the best out of the best. And we'll filter out the talent and who will make it to the summer festival here. And yeah, I mean, if you guys are wondering as well, where will this tournament happen or continue? It will be under the name of Summer Festival. It will be happening from the 23rd and the 24th of May. Alongside that will obviously be the grand finals of GSI as well. So there's just a lot of Garena actions up ahead here that will be happening on site. And it's not just a competition. You guys will have some meet and greets with your favorite streamers. We have some clan recruitment on site as well. A lot of merch that will be given away. So better make sure you guys will be able to pull up on the venue itself at SMX Aura Convention Center.
Man, that recruitment part, man, that is already a bit of an intrigue for me. If these
You're not
teams find that,
defrosting yourself. No.
Yes.
Are you going back to competition? Are you trying to put yourself out there again?
Big question mark. But
Pika, what was your clan in COD back then?
well, technically, I did. But the thing is, the clan, we had to stop it because life happened, right? But back then, of course, we were under smart. So
Oh,
we were,
okay.
right? So technically, we were under smart at the time. So it was just as grueling as it was back then, man. And honestly, we weren't very BR centric at the time, but we're not gonna shy away from the fact that, man, BR was still fun. Like, it still is, to this day. And just looking at how it is right now, our teams are sweating it out for the big share of that prize money, man.
Was definitely, man. I mean, well, you go way long back with your history. It was here for me, man. But now we are here in a territory where we have yet to explore, and it is going to be in Battle Royale. So, well, for the time being, no. I mean, hey, GNR, or Rigid, if you guys want to pick me up, let me know. Let me know. Nothing. Yeah, we'd love some merch though from Rigid or some GNR or from Four Kings, on site. We'll be there. I'll be there. I don't think P's gonna be there, unfortunately, but I can take it on the behalf of him as well. We'd love to see some team merch there, perhaps.
What is this wee stuff?
I'm such a sellout, to be honest. But unfortunately, though, that kind of hurts. Before we head towards the next matchup, we're going to be calling for a break once again. But when we go back on track, action's going to be nonstop here for this Garena Elite Philippines Battle Royale. We'll be right back, guys.
Ay, ano yan? Dami kong baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now.
Welcome back to Garena Elite Philippines, here for our playoffs for the Battle Royale. My name is Pika, joined by Warden, and pardon that short intermission here. We just had to sort things out here in the back end, but we are going to head right back to the action. So hopefully you guys are still with us.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I best believe you guys are, most likely. But with that being said, just for transparency purposes as well, since we have a recent patch here, I think last week for Call of Duty Mobile itself, there has been a recent gun that has been added to the game. It's the DP26, and we just had to clarify for the teams as well that you are not really allowed to use it, as the competitive rule set would state that it has to be at least 21 days or so. I mean, at least at how it goes around here for multiplayer, so it's kind of safe to expect that it does apply as well here for the set of Battle Royale. But that being said, no DP26, no DQs, so well, yeah, for the time being, we'll just take a chill pill about that. But rest assured, soon enough, the game will be happening here, Pika.
Yeah, adhere to the rules, ladies and gentlemen, and there will be no trouble. So now, halfway through the day once again, and we're gonna head straight to the action. Warden, wow, amazing work here from Mission Control. We're already looking at our flight path here. It is northeast bound so far, so pretty much a traditional flight path, if so to speak. Let's see who's going to be dropping down at Nuketown. Yes, we're seeing already a bunch of teams here, or at least they have some plans lined up. Last stop will be at Hydro Dam, Warden. So, and the circle, by the way, let's talk about that circle, right? So a while ago, we did have a bunch of action ensuing in the water side. So maybe this time around, the circle gods will bode something different.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to the initial flight path here as well, I mean, the only thing that's not really available, probably Ghost Town, probably even Turbine, but knowing the map of Blackout once again, it doesn't really matter what the flight path is. What you set on the latter part, the circle, is truly the determining factor in how this game will play out. But for the time being, now on the feed, SMX instead of Alvatus, Magnus will be able to find LXV away, and it's going to be a back and forth here between Alvatus and LXV. A pretty early fight here, though, and we already find 3 players already knocked down to the ground.
Yeah, man, bloody start here for our Blackout. So again, this is not the usual vetoes that we're looking at here. We usually go for the back and forth, but right now, Blackout. Yeah, look at this. The feed has been lightened up badly here for some of our teams, might I add, Warden. So LXV already has 4 on the board. Royale also gets their hands dirty here at the expense of Adamantium. Tiradores, wow, Warden, probably 1 rep for each team already putting a frag on the board.
Things here as well here so far. Tiradores long. I mean, they do find themselves here up against HRA. Azure Donut finds along the way here. MCAV looking to get trade as well here. Hails down, drops down. Well, Donut definitely can try to close in the distance, but he goes for the spree here off the chopper as well. Doesn't really have a secondary to play with. Royale though finds 1 player from the set of Adamantium as Black able to get the spray there off the sten. Looking to get another as well. The trap is going to be there. Grapples away. Jimmy's going to be inside of the building as Black across the distance will be able to deflect the visuals up against his opposition. So definitely can call for a reset. Definitely has to try to sustain his life, as he's the only player alive here for the players of Royale.
Tough situation right there on the side of Royale. Here we go, back to the side of Tiradores here. Long still on a tear here for some reason. Oh, there we go. But a bit of a stoppage right here by HRA. Again, the vengeance, man. Long, I don't know what he's on right now, but takes out Shen. Oh, wow.
Dog tags have been scanned successfully.
Because after kills we go.
Return to the battle when the next
So far,
revive flight arrives.
unbotted Alpha as well finds the players of LXV. LXV can catch a break. My days. Well, looking like we have approached the calm of the storm. We shouldn't be able to see any fights here for the time being. Maybe not until now, so we get to see unbotted finds the player of LXV. And if I'm not mistaken, that should be a full wipe already for the set of LXV, not unless Sky will have something to say.
And we're going to wait for those aftershocks, Warden, because we've seen this happen before. And again, this is the more natural complexion of Blackout, as we would say so. You know, there's a very small stage, very small compact map right here. Oh, okay, here we go. Unbothered. Still trying to put one on the board, but not hitting its mark. Kagome really dodging bullets here, literally.
Fortunately, this 3-line rifle is not really the best weapon of choice. Regards to the range itself, Nagy, though, is finally, after 4 shots, will be able to take down Marco, babe. So the rest of the crew here from the side of Rage, they do serve themselves a full team wipe, so that's going to be 4 points to their net.
So far, so good. Right, take it slow. 4 eliminations on the side of Rage. Looking to be one more team that'll catch our attention here. Remember, a while ago, GNR had a very, very early strike of momentum. So if that happens here on the side of Rage, then we might be looking at that similar scenario. Getting a new team on the board.
Most definitely, yeah. Adamantium KD here looking to go for a drive-by, but unfortunately misses as the rewind gets called out here instead of God. But Nagy finds Gecko away, Bunny finds Ken. Back and forth we go here between Rage and now we get to see the players of Rage and TSG as well finding themselves into the mixture. It's a three-way clash. The players of Adamantium can't catch a break as the rest of the crew from the Rage and TSG. Secret finds one, he finds a double. He got the knockdown, and it's just going to be Aura all alone here for that squad of Rage. Circling around the house, looking for some lifeline. A Slash will get tagged down. Little do they know, there's still going to be one player of Rage there. Alongside Adamantium, Bunny on the other side.
Oh boy. Rigid. This time around, they did not like how that first match, or rather the second match ended. Let's see if they're going to be patching themselves up here a little bit. Try to reclaim that throne. They are still playing outside the play zone here. So, Rigid, calm, collected. But they do have some ideas. Speaking of ideas here, not a good idea for Akaza right there to just honestly curl up behind the door. There goes Clover putting one more on the board. So far, Warden, we haven't had any repeating victors here when it comes to our 2 games, right? So, and again, granted, it's only been 2 games. So, let's see. Somebody's gonna step up to the plate.
We see it, Rigid. They do find Aura away now. But it's gonna be a wipe trip against Rage. Adamantium Bunny is gonna be right around as well. He looks to seem to be able to slip by. Flash will get picked up as well. We still get to see the full, complete set of player here for the players of Rigid TSG. They're calling for the rotation. They want to be part of the safe zone. We drop down to 3 squads now here, Pika. And it's really early as well.
Airdrop has been delivered.
I like this, man. You see how it's not really very painful yet for the play zone right here, for the killer curtain to be tanked. You know, there's still a lot of leeway for our players here to try and allow these other teams to soften up the competition, right? So here we go, Rigid once again. I'm trying to see what plan they have here moving forward. Granted that, you know, it's map number 3 already, so we're down to our last 2 maps here. And if Rigid does not go for that similar plan that they had, you know, during the group stage, then I don't know, man. Maybe we're looking at a bigger dog in the yard.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Well, for the time being, you know, there's not really much here to be talked about here for Set Rigid TSG. They do not split anymore. You do find Stellar here on this big truck. This 6-wheeler per se. They're just going for the hunt, man. Nothing's back here for Set of GNR. They do find a squad there right across and a rogue player here from Set of 4 Kings, but looking like it might be a rematch between the players of Leap and GNR here, Pika.
Oh, it just might be. Okay. We're gonna check things out here. Let's see if there's gonna be retribution. But for the time being, again, GNR taking their momentum, taking the piece, you know, that they can with them. 4 Kings. Now, it's also safe to say here, Warden, that the 4 Kings Joker, right? That they are on that higher level comparative to the actual 4 Kings main. So maybe, just maybe, this is a wake-up call, you know, for the 4 Kings, you know, that team. Try and maybe step up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get taken down here from the side of RNA, though. There's the group and the players of GNR as well. We'll be hopping in. It's Boji here from the top side. Sprays down off the Hades. He knocks one down. Might be a double as well. Oh my days. 4 Kings. Boji. Finally getting the spotlight. Props to Tempest as well. Looking to get Lucky off the Heady. Off from the side of the Cashier. Dude, just stall it out just a little bit. 2 players already out here for the side of GNR. This might just be a fight that they will regret at the end.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Warden. This might just be that. Okay. For now, look at this. More names to put on the board here for 4 Kings. Looking real sharp, real strong here. I can't say the same for GNR and Royal, though. They are getting picked off one at a time. And M12 a while ago, this is one of the teams that actually did not score any points, is picking up the pace. You know, they're stepping on the gas here.
That's now going to be the only player here for remaining here for the set of GNR. But now it's going to be LXP as well, putting himself into the mixture. Travis is going to be out away. GNR is now out of the round. But now they're going to worry about the players of LXP here. Tom Phipps rewinds back. Has a big fight here up against Sky himself. Will be able to get the pump here off the 515. Looking to get a double as well. Sprays on by. Good for 2. Can he find the triple? And the answer is not just yet. He draws back away. Boji from the top. Scales down. Swan dives. Kills after kills. The 4 Kings are on a roll.
Okay. The fire has been lit here, folks. Keep your eyes out on the 4 Kings right there. They've already entered a flow state, so to speak, that they might carry on up until the end here. Okay, here we go. Instinct does get eliminated, though, from on the other side of 4K. So maybe, just maybe, there is going to be some interruptions. Here we go. IE still looking quite normal, quite steady with 3 eliminations on board, and no information, I believe, that Tiradores is just looking over the horizon there, Ward.
Not at all. World Esports now here, drawing in out of this cabin. You might have to deal with Tiradores here from the ridge side, or probably the squad of GNR Swirl here from the front, coming from the northwestern side of the map. But looking like Immortal Esports, they want to post up against the players of Tiradores. Pico's going to be there from the top there, on the second floor. Well, 2 players from the side of Tiradores will still be there at the outskirts, which is not really the most promising position here for them. Black has to be cautious about this, though, as 1 player from the side of Tiradores is going to be right around, but it doesn't matter. Black's too quick as he finds Pico away. 1 lesser problem to worry about against the players of Tiradores.
Oh, man. And I might have been wrong there. I don't know if they actually did have information, but based on that encounter, they really didn't. They were just ready for the clash, if I could say so. Here we go. 4 eliminations here on the side of Immortals. Wow, okay, that was good. That was a very, very good encounter there. Now, look at this. They have to be a bit more cautious, a bit more careful if there is another team that is within their line of sight.
Woo! As we go. Still a prolonged fight here between the players of Immortal Esports and Tiradores. We move along here, though. A bit of a stalemate now. Once again on a feed of a quality casualty here for set of Nagy of Rage as he finds himself out of the zone alongside Aura as well. Well, that's the problem that you gotta face, especially when the zone is starting to hurt. But on the feed, though, you get to see Lay finding a shot to connect off the David's ship against the player of Adamantium that will be buddying out. Well, in the process, Rigid TSG here now looking to go for another fight. This time around, it's going to be them against the 4 Kings.
Okay. Rage in a bit of trouble here. And Rigid. Okay, okay. Spots 1. There goes Tom Phipps. Beautiful shot here from Secret, and it just puts a lid on it immediately. Okay. A little steady. Secret, get that revive. Slash is on his way back here. Again, they still have their hands full. Look at this. Rigid is not stopping Warden.
Not at all. The last player to worry about here to find a means to fully wipe out the players of the 4 Kings, and it should be over. Smoke's dropped here.
I had to say it.
And unfortunately for them here, that will be the 4 Kings now here eliminated, despite the fact that they seem to be a squad that showed a lot of promise, but unfortunately the sustainability is just not right around. Now Rigid TSG, they know the battle's not yet done, as they have the players of Leap Unbound here on the other side.
Dre with that XPR still putting in some work. Now Secret took a lot of damage a while ago, but able to heal. Got to regroup for a bit here. And again, this is what I admire so much about Rigid, man. They're still ready to go regardless. Here we go. From the perspective of Leap, they're still trying to take down the gods here. Right through the smoke.
And as we go, MJ and Dre here looking to close it up now up against the players of Rigid TSG. So it's going to be inside of the gasoline station, while 3 players from the backside will be trying to go for the back entrance, but till then, Dre already holding on to the elevation as well to go for a dual peak. Dre backs away. Subs down to 20. Calls for the reset. Leap and bound. Not really looking to be more conditioned this time around, as the players of Rigid TSG has been able to call for the total reset, and they are looking to overwhelm the players of Leap. This is exactly where the masterclass begins, but in the process, Sakura finds Dre away, as they know for a fact Leap is now lacking a player. They should definitely be able to go for a setup, go for a cohesive push, and go to clean up the mess that they started as they find MJ away. Last 2 players remain for the players of Leap. Haspu running for dear life alongside Void as well. The only thing that separates them is that rock. Shouldn't matter. Stellar closing up the distance as quickly as just like this. And this might just be the demise of the players of Leap and Bound.
Yeah, man, limping out to safety here. Leap not looking really good, but look at the retaliation though. Void and Hasbu just wounding them, and that's a casualty. That just happened, man. Rigid is in trouble here. Lay is also out of there. Leap just punched back. What just happened?
And one player comes back. The whole squad comes back. And now it's going to be the perfect time to take down the squad of Rigid TSG once again. Stekra is now going to be all alone. MJ from the top. Void from the distance.
Oh, that is it.
Stekra is going to be inside of the zone. And he's going to be out in the open. Hovers around, looking to sustain his life away. It might not be the players of Leap, or it could be it. Regardless, it's over for Rigid TSG here on this round.
Warden, they really can bleed. Rigid. Not even within the top 8. Already bid their adios. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. That is a heartbreaker. But you gotta give credit here, ladies and gentlemen. Leap Unbound with the persistence and the calculations, the tactics of Leap, able to put one of the victors in a box. Now here we go. I can say the same for GNR. Warden, they're very much in trouble here. Sacred.
Oh my days. Unbotted Sora able to get a double on the feed. Travis finds Gecko away as well. Back and forth between the players of GNR and Teodorus. And another squad who rattle around. Up in the bound. As we go. 2 squads of GNR meet here on this mountainside. Up at the summit. Not too far behind as well. It's going to be the players of 4 Kings. We might just be able to see a 3-way clash.
That's going to be brutal. That is going to be insanely bloody here, folks. Should that be the case. 4 on the board for GNR. This is not the same... I'd say the same characteristics of GNR that we witnessed earlier. They understand that this is a completely different amount of teams, or different skin of the competition that they have to overcome. Teodorus, we have one self-inflicted casualty on the board here. Oh man, what just happened, Warden? We talked about a ceasefire, but that really was not the case here. The teams just went at it.
Not at all. They want to put their hearts out devotedly. If we get to see another clash now, it's going to be unbutted. Finding the players of GNR. Alongside that, it's going to be another squad here looking to put themselves into the mixer. It's a back and forth now. 4 squads here simultaneously fighting. 2 from the side of GNR, 1 from the side of Unbuttered, and 1 from the side of 4 Kings. Samu is dropped down here next to the bed. 4 Kings on the mountainside. Bit of a stalemate. One wrong move and it could be your demise here for the squad itself. The nade gets cooked here. Camo gets tagged up, looking to get to the last final connection to get the securement off the knock. Should be able to do so, but the distance a bit too far. Could offer a double man push now here. Black is just going to be right around, but Blue from the side of IE will find himself as well here. Finds another to himself as GNR. 2 squads simultaneously beating them down. This might just be the end here for them as well.
Oh, top 8 teams here, folks. So placement points are going to be way more vital. There we go. Camo from GNR already taken out here by Samu. Now the play zone, this is going to hurt. You saw that a while ago, and look at the map right now, folks. Again, the fruit, basically the fruit bowl that we're talking about. Look at that. So indecipherable. The way that these teams are scattered everywhere. FHJ at hand. Let's see if Hajime is going to land one. But there we go. Leap still putting in the work. 6 eliminations here on the side of Adamant.
Adamantium. Rise going to be knocked down to the ground. Just 1 player, Ivy Hill, able to get the knock now. Adamantium still looking to find an angle to call for a reset. They can definitely afford to do so, but they got to worry about the 2 players, 3 players here. Right below that is going to be Ivy Ho once again, finding Apollo away. 2 for his name. Hajime, alongside his teammate Trevor. Really needs to find a means to get the clearance, but it's going to be easier said than done as Ivy Ho finds Rai away. It is going to be the players of Adamantium who are looking to drop back, but wherever they go, there's going to be a casualty up ahead. And if it might be IE, it could definitely be Leap and Bound.
Yeah, more permanent casualties here for our teams. Licht is out of there. And it was funny, Warden, as you were talking about it. We saw Gabu again fall casualty there on the side of Adamantium. And that's it. That is it for Adamantium here. But Immortal also loses glue in the process.
Now it's going to be a big fight now. 3 squads remain. 4 Kings. Leap alongside IE. Friday's going to be knocked down to the ground. And it might just be Leap and I here to try to close things out as they go and wrap around Leap Unbound.
Getting close to
Looking to get their second win here off this game as Friday is knocked here on Desperado mode. It doesn't matter. Leap Unbound, they find their second win here in this tournament. The first year for the playoffs. Congratulations.
Oh man, Leap. Much deserved reward for that hard work, Gordon. So if the memory serves, they cash out with about 16 eliminations, right? So if that should be the case, then that's going to put them really good on our board here. So you got to feel for Leap and Bounder. They really put in the blood, sweat, and tears for our third match for the day. Good job.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice clearance here for the set of Leap and Bound. And if I'm not mistaken as well, the first time that they were able to take this win away from any other competition inside of the GEP was also in the same map of Blackout. So, hey, props to them on this one.
Beautiful work. And again, we love these stories, man. We really like these small tales that we get to talk about with the team that you see really put in the effort to do so. Taking a look back at some of the action here. So nothing new, nothing too extravagant so far. But I would say that some of the wonderful plays here really went to the side of 4 Kings, Warden. I really thought this was going to be it.
I thought so as well, but you know, when a lot of casualties happen there on the middle stage of the game, that's just one part of it. You know, you can definitely claim those eliminations, but what matters next is how you deal with the initial rotations. You fight for new, and well, unfortunately for them, they got trampled away. Adamantium, on the contrary, here though, on the last and final circle, they were prolonging their lives so much, but unfortunately for them, Leap and Bound, they were playing out on the outskirts. They were just waiting for the perfect time to strike, and they were able to make the most out of it. That will be 16 points here for the side of Leap and Bound in regards to just the eliminations alone.
I mean, look at that, man. 4 Kings slowly inching their way back to the top here. This time, second place finish comparative to how they were third prior. So looking good. Now, Leap and Bound, I'd say there's really nothing much to build up here, except that they really put all their best foot forward, if so to speak, right? So Immortal also, you know, look at the amount of eliminations, man. They also have 13, so that's really not trailing far behind. Let's see how else they're gonna turn up here for our next map of Isolated.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, that will be summing things up as well for our last and final map later on. A pretty quick day, man. I mean, we had an initial projection that, hey, it might end up around 4 p.m. or so, but we're just arriving 2 p.m., man. Such a quick day.
It is a quick day, and you know, most of our teams are just really stepping on the gas here, and understandably so, man. They got to rack up as much points as they can for the next 2 days leading to the summer festival. So here we go, Leap and Bound. Dude, I'm still caught by that. You know, the fact that this 4 Kings is actually what made it to second place is also baffling to me. It's a bit different from what we thought.
Oh, it's so different. Really different. And as we go. But now, that being said, once again, come back here to the caster's desk, and whew, what a run so far. What a day. We still got one more to go though, so we got 3 different winners now. It has been a pretty decorated day, and I like it. You know, it's not just all about Rigid TSG, although they're still up there. But of course, we got Leap and Bound out there. We got GNR as well. But those 3 teams has been our most respective winners, even on the first 2 days of the broadcast. So it always has been a toss-up between those 3. I need to see a different one here, you know. But we'll see about it later on. It could be happening on our last and final round. But before that, though, we're gonna be taking a bit of a break. We'll be right back, guys.
Ano yan? Dami kang baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now. Ay, ano yan? Dami kang baon.
Talaga. Ikaw, may baon ka?
Ito baon ko.
Huh? Bago sa Shopee? Paano?
Oo, perfect to for students like us. Punta ka lang sa Shopee Pabaon page at pwede kang makakuha ng 300 peso daily allowance sa Shopee Pay Wallet.
Gusto ko rin.
Get a chance to claim your daily Shopee Pabaon now.
Welcome back to the action here for Garena Elite Philippines Battle Royale Division. It's the first day out of the playoffs, and once again, we are approaching our last and final round for today. Joining on the desk, my name is Warden. Alongside with me is Pika, and well, we'll be closing out for today. But for that though, we would like to call in every Gen Zs out there once again from the ages of 18 to 24 for your 300 pesos daily power up on Shopee. Just tap claim now on the Shopee Bound page. Make sure Shopee Pay is verified so you guys can add the card with zero stress. Don't sleep out on this dilemma Shopee.
And of course, for those of you tech mongers out there, the Infinix Note 60 Pro is for those power players, right? Who just do not want to settle for anything less than the best. It's Snapdragon powered, mid-inferring design, and GPU 2. So you're definitely gonna like that. Make the choice you want, buy smart, and use it with confidence. The Infinix Note 60 Pro.
And something not so inclusive as well, not just for the Gen Gs, is going to be our, well, GEP Shopee code. Well, our Shopee is delivering the action to you guys directly. Our official e-commerce partners giving us an exclusive chance to score big for this. So use code GEP Shopee for 150 pesos off for your next checkout with a minimum spend of 200 pesos. Just remember to pay via Shopee Pay to avail the discount. Quick and easy savings. Avail it now before it's gone. Salamat Shopee once again. And do note that this will be only exclusive from the 9th to the 10th of May. So in short, from today and tomorrow. So better make sure you guys make the most out of it.
Hurry up, make haste. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of making haste, our teams right now, they gotta push for the skies here, especially those who are still at the bottom half of our top 20 performers here, Warden. Now, here we go. Looking back at the scoreboard right here, GNR 69 against Leap with 59. So that's 10 points. You know, it's funny because I did mention earlier that those 10 points, they might be a little difficult to do, but Leap, they stepped up to the plate.
Oh, they absolutely did, man. And it's absolutely no question whether they did or not. I mean, crazy feats here for them. And that's just what you like to see, you know, for the most part. But with that being said, Rigid TSG, it's definitely a bit of a, you know, it'll take a bit of time for us to get used to them not being the number one team in this very stage of this competition. But rest assured, it doesn't really matter. I mean, in the first set of Unbothered Alpha, alongside GNRE, and 4 Kings, they are in a pretty shaky spot, you know, especially if Titador's M12 or Adamantium will be able to step things up, because the only thing that we will be taking from tomorrow's run is going to be the top 10 teams out of this competition to move over towards the LAN finals.
And more importantly, Warden, there are no excluded teams here. Everyone is gonna play everything. So there really is no room here to slack off. You got to make that top 10. Otherwise, you're going to have to wave the white flag here when it comes to your GEP run. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Isolated once again, and a familiar sight. Northeast we go. So New Vision City here, Warden, downtown, radar base. These are going to be some of the earlier drop spots for our teams who's going to be going to New Vision. Yeah, there already will be. Here we go. Dormitory, last stop of the flight. Let's get it.
Let's get it on, man. Here we go. Well, this time around here on this map of Isolated, we're not going to be seeing the most, you know, forgiving flight path there is. So, hey, if you're leaning towards Military Research Institute alongside football field, T3 Refinery or Ecology Lab, not really going to be an option for you. But till then, it's only the first phase said and done. We got to talk about the circle here soon enough. But time being though, I mean, it's looking to be pretty saturated here on the northern side of the map alongside the bus station and the launch base, at least in the vicinity or so. And there is some teams as well looking to put a lot of efforts to try to glide across there from the bottom side, but you get to see already one casualty probably. Ooh, that will be unbotted, finding the means to get themselves out already, lacking a member for themselves.
And for the 4th time today, man, we are seeing Rigid at the very start of our map here. So this time I'm pretty sure we're going to pan out to someone differently, another team here who have already gotten their hands dirty or maybe intend to. So again, Rigid, Warden, this is a little contradictory to how they started off our group stage, right? This same time they already had a victory. So man, imagine what other team, and as you mentioned, it is so refreshing to see other than Rigid here. All love to Rigid, by the way, that, you know, that isn't the same. You know, we don't have a repeater for day one.
Most definitely, man. Now we just waited out just a little bit or so. But how it went down in the first round there for Isolated, we didn't really get to see a lot of action span out as well during the first phase. So especially now, considering the fact that this is the last and final round, you don't really expect too much of a volatility or any hostility to be exact. Not unless they have to really meet inevitably, but yeah, you know, just enjoy the show for the time being. When the teams still remain, we're just lacking a player inside of this lobby. Fortunately, though, that was one of the players from inside of Unbotted. But now we finally get to see another one here with LXP. Finally means to find a shot here up against Ape as they find a double here for themselves. Ape so far having Marco alongside Jewish away. Carlito and Amigo might just be up next as the rest of the crew will look to trail him down. Ape not looking to be in the finest position.
Oh, but some vengeance right here on the side of Amigo. Look at that. Claps back twice. But also falls in the process, right? As we mentioned, here we go. Some encounters as well here via M12. Let's see how they're going to go after that crazy encounter. Well, we still have Carlito here tasked to try and pick up the rest of the team if possible. Again, there's so much opposition surrounding this entire map. So Carlito, he has to have eyes in the back of his head, so to speak.
Yeah, not really great here for set of Ape. I mean, they do already have 2, but we obviously know 2 points won't really cut the chase. I think the best call here for the set of Carlito, alongside with your Q-Kinetic Big 6, you just got to back away for the time being. Maybe swoop down in the right time, pick up your teammate's dog tag, and put them back on that revive flight. But it's obviously easier said than done here, Pika.
Truly. And now, of course, the teams would want to gather more, right? Like they want to get more on the scoreboard here. Granted, it's our last map for day number 1. So at some point, man, one of these teams is gonna be rabid. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go insane. So let's see who that's gonna be. Carlito, however, he has to keep his head down for now. Not a lot of resources to work with. Not even anything for health. So not only is he tasked to revive the teammates if possible, but he also has to save himself in the process, Warden. Now, meanwhile, let's look back at the circle here. Wow, we're gonna be quite southwest here, buddy.
Yeah, a bit of a shift there, of course. We take a look at the opposition there on the northern side alongside the eastern side. I mean, there's at least like 2 to 3 squads there on the east, at least 5 there on the northern side. So definitely going to be a lot of rotations that we can talk about. But take a look at the circle itself. At a minimum, 4 squads already intact inside, just waiting and sitting pretty for things to pass by.
Real bloody start here for most of our teams. Adamant here, speaking of which. There we go. Bunny's out of there. And Gecko taking out Camo. Again, it's these teams, man. It's these teams that started things off quite well today that are slowly faltering. Or at least we think so. One team already out of there. Let's see if... well, Camo's on his way back for sure. And... but yeah, 2 eliminations here for GNR. Again, it's so early to tell here, folks. But seeing these casualties, seeing these eliminations from some of our teams who really did well earlier, is just a statement, right? It's a testament. It's a testament that our teams here are not really letting things off easy.
Not at all. And for the most part, I mean, just how it has been going from the last 3 rounds, we haven't put the question who's going to be able to prosper or win this one through.
Yes.
And now we draw back here towards GNR alongside the players of Tiradores. A bit of a rewind there from the players of Tiradores. GNR, they got some airborne control as well there from the top, but it's definitely going to be a fight that you might want to question if you are Tiradores. I mean, no one's going to be starting to hurt as well, but they have been able to find the person who will pick off now. The damage is going to be there. A lot of great chip damage here from the side of Tiradores, and the pressure is on here from the side of GNR.
All right. So definitely a lot of wiggling room here. Here we go. Finds Pico down there. Ashy. Successful knock. Let's see if the job's going to be over. All right. GNR. 3 on the board here. Another confirmed frag. Still loitering. Still making their way. Oh, there goes Jay, though. Care of Long from Tiradores.
Because after kills we go, Tiradores is going to be out in the open. While GNR, I mean, they can definitely manage to chip damage here off the zone itself. Ashley looking to get an angle there off the nade. Able to pop one down. Close it the wave. PKM starting to hurt. Oh, badly. As he's going to be able to find one here off the pick off. The pressure now going to be even more evident beyond here up against the players of Tiradores. GNR, they can definitely take their time to call for a reset. Well, little did they know, one player's going to be there from the top. That will be long as well. Tiradores looking to hit it from multiple angles, but they can't really get the full definition.
Really not. Here we go. Ashy. Again, finishing the job here, or rather, knocking Pico down once again. There goes MK or MKA, if I'm reading that correctly. Here we go. Tiradores is out of there, if memory serves, or almost rather. Pardon me. Here we go. So we still have a few, basically a couple players who remain on the side of Tiradores. Let's see how this is going to cap out. Now you can never go wrong with the AK-117. I was just looking at that earlier. So sometimes it's really though reliable.
Absolutely, man. Look at GNR now here getting the cleanup. I mean, Ashley's going to be knocked out there on the ground, but we'll be able to put himself back on track now, and they got a vehicle to play for. Now, here we go, 4 Kings. They are closing it up now against the squad of Rage as well. That is going to be Tom Peps here so far. Leading in the push. Up inside of the smokes, rewinds back away. Doesn't really have to go for the commitment. If you are 4 Kings or Tom Peps, all you got to do is just wait it out. After all, the zone is favored to your side.
Once again, an empty scoreboard here for 4 Kings, man. So a while ago, oh man, okay, there goes a couple players on the side of GNR. We'll check up on that later. But again, 4 Kings. A while ago, what seemed to be a very convincing start from this team, right? Both of them, basically both teams, just really went up in flames. Here we go. Unbothered, Adamantum, just going at it back and forth. Gabu once again. And that's the AK-117 we're talking about, folks. Really, no doubt. Look at this dip in here from Boji.
A lot of suppressing fires. I don't think it's going to be able to get a knock, though. I mean, the players of Rage are moving pretty quickly. But, well, Presence is out here for the side of 4 Kings. Can we see them, though? Take the spotlight away. So far, though, they haven't been able to find any eliminations whatsoever here, Pika.
No, they haven't. Like I said, man, it's still an empty oven here inside the 4 Kings. Nothing has been cooked just yet. So, let's wait. Maybe, just maybe, it needs a little bit of a warming up, so to speak. Meanwhile, another 4 Kings here. So, I don't know, man. We are trying to look at the brighter side of things here, but again, it's a little bit of a big. There's a bit of a big shadow over 4 Kings as of the moment. Here we go. GNR, at least this GNR, still looking strong with 3 eliminations, complete stack, everybody upgraded, just really ready for combat.
Really done here so far. 4 Kings, Yato.
Safe zone is collapsing.
On Pips, Boji.
Okay, here we go.
So now to go for the bump down. Sacred pops through here, looking to take the fight here up front. Calls in for the rewind as well. Backs through now. Lucas going to be here on the point man. Coming from the front side. Sacred sprays by. Finds a double. Yato and Boji is out. GNR once again putting down the players of 4 Kings.
Oh man, it's really such a shattered glass moment there inside of GNR, right? They tried to hold off as long as they could, tried to be as solid base wise, but it's just really not working out so far. I wish we had the answers. And look at this, Sacred is out for another hunt. Okay, and again it's 4 Kings.
Dozy Do, and up we go here. Roams around here from the backside. There should be a clean wipe there for a set of GNR to take away the players of 4 Kings. Well, on the contrary, on the flip side, Rigid TSG, I mean, look at Stellar there. So inspirational. Drops down with the car. Just like that now, finds another player here up against Royale. It's a cleanup. A Secretary with an Annihilator. Puts one down. 4 eliminations here so far from the set of Rigid TSG.
There's a bit of a crawl here. Nasty haul that we're looking at. So Rigid with 4 on the board. Still looking sharp, still looking strong. Are we going to see a good enough perspective here for Lay? A while ago, Lay's been rocking that XPR, so this time around it's the Hades. That's a bit of a laser beaming action here. Here we go. Speaking of Hades, Stellar finds one. Unable to close that out, though.
Well, absolutely.
Airdrop has been delivered.
And we're just now going to be out here. That is a confirmation that the 4 Kings is now going to be long gone and dusted off this last and final round here for today's broadcast. Now draw back here towards Rigid TSG. The absolute immaculate squad. The best team to win it all here in this map of Isolated. Now looking to go on a hunt. As they find a player there off Royale. He goes for the spray down. It's not going to be a problem. But no, Van actually finds Slash away, but the trade's going to be there. And as we go, Dozy Dope, Rigid TSG now fighting 6 for themselves. There's going to be 3 more as well to deal with. Stellar
Airdrop.
closing in the distance against the players of M12. Does he know? And the answer is nope. But the rewind's going to be there to save his life.
Oh, I like this about Rigid, man. Something awoke with Rigid here. We want to start and end the day, you know, possibly end the day. I'm not going to jinx it. With a couple of victories here, and both probably at Isolated. So maybe that is the formula. Maybe it is Isolated that's really stopping them. Or rather, it is rather Blackout that's stopping them from getting those victories. Here we go. Cray with vehicular explosion right there, putting a cap on
Dog
Sin.
tag has been scanned successfully.
Or at least almost. Here we go, 6 eliminations, and probably it. Yeah, there it is, Warden.
12 to go. Can be able to find the 9th as well here. The 8th and the 9th. Gonna be right around. M12 Syndicate. Not really looking good for them. They do call it back now. As we all know, Rigid TSG, everlasting pushes. They will offer. Stellar's gonna be wrapping around here on the outskirts. Payne's gonna have this topside elevation, but there's gonna be any player you don't really want to challenge, despite the fact that he only has a Hades.
Start in 1 minute.
Definitely gonna be Stellar. Look like the players. M12, they do back away fully.
Well, let's wait for that, man. Here we go. Immortal. Also taking names here on the side of Royal. Okay, just like that, we're down to our 14 remaining teams. I'm pretty sure we're going to pick things up a little bit faster, a little later on, once these teams have come across each other and the circle starts to shrink. Speaking of circle, here we go. Smack right in the middle. Look at that. Some of our teams, they have to make that crucial hike here, Warden, just to get inside the play zone.
Really got to compromise and take the risk here. Be bold, like Rigid TSG. As me out from the set of Elvatus, Magnus will get taken down here quite quickly. Big mistake there for the set of Elvatus. Special for Meow.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Now you get to see the players of Rigid TSG, man. They're hungry for it. They want to go for some more. As they rotate now towards the northern side of the map, there's going to be 2 opportunities right around.
Oh, there we go. Leap once again. Taking names left and right. And it'll be up to Ivo over here to hoist the flag, or rather for him to be the more active eliminator here. So with five on the board here, the side of Immortal, I think that they're going to be okay. We've seen them at their best so far, Warden. So maybe, just maybe, this could be their time to shine.
Could be. Good about it though. Big shots here from the side of Ray, but unfortunately not really much connections there. To go here, looking to get some more. A bit of a tough call though, and what's going to be the call here for that leap and bound, but they can definitely just wait it out here from the top side. Not really going to make any abrupt sudden pushes, and could definitely leech off from one of the players that is going to be absolutely damaged on the bottom side. You're leap and bound. You got 6 kills for yourself already. Don't got to make any sudden moves here if you are leap.
Mm-hmm. It's easier said than done, right? But for now, Leap, the steady hand has to stay steady here. Annihilator, no dice. So for MJ, just expending the ammo. I don't know, that information must have been really crucial for Leap. The position may have been compromised, or at least slowly being relayed. Here we go, Void spraying out into the smoke here. Let's see if he can snag one right out of on Rigid side.
Very tough call now. What's his spray down here for set of leap? Finds one. Cracked. The flesh. A lot of gunshots here to be heard, but you're not really seeing too much connecting here for anyone's end. They'll just find MJ away from the set of leap, so that will be them knocked for a moment or so. Wall bangs here from the set of Void, but nothing too much to be said about here, Pika.
Yeah. Nothing that can't be solved here. Up until Void again probably sprays enough to eliminate another. Look at that. He really is just teeing off, reload after reload. But then again, Void already spent all his ammo hitting the walls there. You know, I'm not gonna say that it's worthless. You know, he did manage to get a knock off of it, but just like that, Rigid is now in dire trouble. MJ, the cavalry has arrived. Is he also gonna burn through his stash here?
A lot of bullets there. Nyler's gonna be out here once again, missing the first. Connect. That was gonna be out. Rigid TSG once again looking to face demise off this round. Was pretty prosperous on the first round, but the second and the third, and looking to be the fourth as well, will serve the same narrative. They're bound to get taken down here quite early on.
Yeah, and the zone is shrinking quick. So here we go. Dre has to go for that reposition, trying to seize the high ground here, taking advantage.
My station is currently
Doris has one casualty here, self-inflicted. Go for that rewind. Uh-oh. And again, the action just keeps going here. Look at that fruit bowl, as we mentioned, Warden. A lot of commotion here.
Definitely too much now. All up on their toes, but clenched as they try to go for the push out now. This is a multi-way clash with no absolute answer who can come out alive here. It's no man's land, Pika.
It is. It absolutely is, man. So look at this. Every single team here fighting for their lives just to make sure that this final map right here is gonna give a little bit of fruit moving into day 2. Here we go. Leap still on top, man. Taking out Immortal, basically Immortal Exodus. Let's see. More Hades in the background, Warden.
Drew here. Sacred. Was that a GNR? Look at the top side of this hill. Pushing through. Back and forth they go. He's gonna get tagged up now here. Sacred calls for the rewind. Just like that, GNR, Sacred and his team might just be able to pull away with this one as they do get the clean wipe. At least for a moment, Stone has the 1v2. J Camo will get traded on. And it is now going to be Sacred here all alone, looking to get the pickup trip against Travis.
Oh boy. Travis heavily bleeding here. Obviously going to get revived, but they are down a couple of players in permanent exile. So that's not good. That's not a good look when it comes to numbers. Speaking of numbers here, I would say the same for Elite, but they do have 13 eliminations on board already, Warden. Not to mention, it is already top 8 territory, so the placement points are more vital.
It absolutely is. Dre pushing through here, closing things out. 8 squads remain. Adamantium Trevor finds one.
Whoa.
4 Kings of Kaz is going to be down as well to the ground. Alongside M12 Syndicate. 6 squads remaining, 7 players left. Adamantium. Trevor's going to be all alone here. There's going to be 2 there from the side of GNR right across. 4 Kings of Kaza. Still going to be there as well there from the bottom side. Ooh, the hard read and how this one's going to play out, but this might just be a fight that will be closed out by the players of GNR here up against the players of Adamantium.
Oh, no.
The only player of Adamantium. He checks at the corner side. He pops it all down, but Trevor still wins the gunfight. It's a back and forth they go. GNR now. Sacred crawling for his life away, able to pick himself up. He's tagged. He needs to call for the total reset. It's a quintuple standoff here, Pika.
Oh,
What
man.
a piece.
I felt so bad for Sacred right there, but I had to use all the resources, especially the self-revive. Oh my goodness.
The 1v1v1. 3 players remain. M12 Syndicate's now going to be out. Adamantium Trevor will get tagged up. The zone's starting to hurt. The pressure's on, and it doesn't matter. At the end, GNR once again finding the means to take this win through for the last and final round for today's broadcast.
Unbelievable showing, Warden. That right there is a stir of emotions for the both of us, man. We did not know which team was actually gonna make it. The heavy hitters were all gone, or at least up until GNR stood strong at the very end. Oh man.
That was absolutely immaculate there for the set of GNR, and for the first time that we do get to see them actually take this win through back-to-back. I mean, not only back-to-back, but more so get 2 for themselves here. I know for damn sure the organization of GNR is madly happy for today's results.
Oh. And again, there's just too many moments here, man. So look at this. We started off seeing some good action here on the side of GNR. We got the likes of Adamantium also. Even Immortals had their shining moments, but also the 4 Kings, bro. We thought that this was going to be one of those stalling moments, you know, that 4 Kings would just hold off their ground, maybe, just maybe, make it to the very end. But it wasn't, and I was also almost sure here that Rigid was going to look real good, Warden, but no. They were slowly picked off within the entire map.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just the beauty of Battle Royale, you know? There's just no clear definition. I mean, even despite the fact that you do get yourself the brightest among start, mixture of RNG and just zone manipulation played a big factor in how the players and the squad of GNR was really able to pull through with this one. I mean, you take a look at that, I mean, in the middle stage of the game, there was a lot of casualties that they were able to sustain, and it was just madly impressive that Sacred himself was able to carry the weight of the team. Take a look at this, 8 kills to himself. That's going to be an insane amount of feed here overall. And that's 20 points here in regards to just eliminations here for GNR.
And again, this is exactly what we're talking about, man. It is so unpredictable every now and then. Adamantium, though, yeah, again, not looking really, not looking bad here for that second and third place finish here for Unbothered. So it really is just a matter of who plays their cards a lot better moving forward. I gotta love it. Now, tail of the tape here, folks, is that GNR, this organization, managed to bag a couple of victories for them, and this is only day number 1. We still have 1 more to go. And, you know, just to add to that point, it is not, and I repeat, it is not a rigid game anymore.
A really decorated date that we have here for today. No one's really absolutely dominating. Maybe not unless we get to see GNR once again. But yeah, it's surely darn impressive in how things was able to play out. And it's a pretty grueling schedule, man. I mean, you only got 2 days to prove yourself, so whoever is not really finding the risk of impact, especially, you know, first out of 4 Kings here, Adamantium, KM2, Ape, and LXV, they really got to double take status, especially if they want to try to solidify themselves for the next stage of the competition.
Oh, that they do. That they do. Not to mention, man, the 4 Kings a while ago, they were slowly approaching that gold finish, but
wow,
they just got stopped in their tracks. Here we go. Because of that, folks, GNR scored a total of 101 points, making an almost 30-point gap between them and Leap and Bound, who is, again, stellar for today, Warden.
101 total score. It's crazy as well that half of it really went down to the elimination points. It goes to show that GNRL, they can just definitely shoot back here, bro.
Oh, that they did, man. And it's a little early, but at the same time, it's already halfway through our playoffs, man. So that number 10 spot right there, as I mentioned, it is basically walking the plank. A while ago, we had a different team here on the top 10, and now M12, which originally had nothing at the start of the day, just managed to make it there, man, with 29 points, and that's a convincing gap between them and Tiradores.
I mean, hey, double it down for tomorrow's run, and maybe till then we can definitely see you guys on the LAN finals. What's shocking for me is that the 4 Kings main is not even on the top 10 list here. So, well, fortunately, they still have another day to prove themselves, but I know the fans on the comment section are kind of losing themselves here. They really expect 4 Kings to pop off, and unfortunately, today is not really their day.
As bitter as it may be, you know, it is one pill that they have to swallow, at least for now, and then pick themselves up directly after. So, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that is actually our day number 1 with 4 maps filled with solid action here for the Garena Elite Philippines, also the playoffs of Battle Royale.
That being said, before we close things out, once again, we are calling all Filipino Genjis to get that 300 peso daily power up on Shopee. Tap claim now on the Shopee Pabaon page. Make sure Shopee Pay is verified so you guys can add the card with zero stress. Don't sleep out on this. Salamat Shopee.
And once again, before we close things out, we're calling all you tech mongers out there to check out the Infinix Note 60 Pro. It is for those sweaty power players who refuse to settle for anything less than the best. It is Snapdragon powered, Pininfarina designed, and JBL tuned. So you got to make that choice, right? You buy smart and use it with confidence. Talking about the Infinix Note 60 Pro. Thank you very much.
With all the things panning out as well, Shopee is delivering the action to you directly. Claim your 150 peso discount with a minimum spend of 200 pesos by using the code GEPSHOP at checkout. This deal is only for Shopee Pay users and is valid through the 9th and the 10th of May from today and tomorrow. So don't miss out on any of these deals. Savings. Salamat Shopee once again. And now, Pika, unfortunately, we have come to an end. Well, this is Garena Elite Philippines Battle Royale, first day out of the playoffs, and we'll continue for tomorrow to sum things up on who will be the 10 teams that will be making it to the LAN event finals. Before that, though, we're going to be closing it out. Thank you so much for watching. Pika, Warden, signing out. See you guys tomorrow.